Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the campus of Woburn Memorial High School in Woburn, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's Lou Tompkins All-Star League 18 and under summer baseball contest between hosting Woburn and visiting Brookline. Well, folks, we're having ourselves a bit of a cookout today, as in the weather is in the 90s, and so we're cooking out here, as it were. We are definitely in the dog days of summer here in the middle of July. I hope everybody had a nice Independence Day weekend or a nice Independence Day week, as it were, last week. Brookline, of course, the last time they played as a part of the Firecracker Sports 4th of July tourney, facing some very stiff competition, facing some more private summer teams as opposed to their usual town-based opponents that they face here in the Lou Tompkins League. And against that stiff competition, Brookline struggled, going 0-4 in the tournament, but here back in the Lou Tompkins League against their usual level of competition, they've been off to a strong start this summer. Their record currently stands at 3-0, coming off two high-scoring wins before the holiday break against Newton and Jamaica Plain. And then yesterday, they were supposed to have their home opener against Billerica. That game got canceled, and as it currently stands on the Lou Tompkins League website, that game has been scored as a forfeit win for Brookline, which puts them at a 3-0 record. You know, I'd heard some talk that it could have possibly gone down as a forfeit win for Billerica, but right now it's scored as a forfeit win for Brookline on the league site, so that is how I'm reporting it. Woburn, another typically strong team in this Lou Tompkins League, comes in with a record of 3-1. So this should be a fun one out here today between two high-ranking teams in this Lou Tompkins All-Star League 18 and under division. I don't quite have Woburn's lineup. I might have to pick it up off of Game Changer as we go. But I do have Brookline's lineup, and I'll read that out for you guys right now. Leading off for Brookline today, and also starting on the mound for Brookline, number 3, Devin Chin. Batting second for Brookline, the second baseman, number 55, Hugh Bollinger. Batting third and playing third, number 22, Jimmy DiPaolo. Batting cleanup and completing the battery as the catcher, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 21, Ellis Martino. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 15, Owen Hoffman. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 16, Noah Klein. Batting eighth, the extra hitter, number 12, James Skeffington. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 42, Max Kaufman. And batting 10th, the designated hitter, number 2, Ben Cody. Just playing the field, not in the batting order today, the shortstop, number 7, Caden Sheehan. So that is your Brookline lineup here today. We're still about 5 or 6 minutes out from our scheduled start time of 5:45 p.m. Brookline missing a couple of key guys as Keenan Sawada currently on a if I heard correctly, I believe he's on a trip to Spain with his teammate Ben Rosenblatt, teammate and classmate. So I hope those guys are enjoying the trip. Ben Doctoroff also not here. I believe all three of those guys are going to be gone for the full week. Elias Brendel not here as well. So a few key contributors absent from the roster for Brookline today. Both Rosenblatt brothers, Ben and Adam, both absent. But Brookline's still got some productive hitters they can count on. It's going to be interesting to see if they can keep up the high level of offensive production they had in those first two games against Newton and Jamaica Plain. Here against a stronger opponent on paper in Woburn, and with some key guys missing. As also missing is Michael Doherty. So a lot of top hitters currently absent for Brookline. You know, I mentioned Sawada, Doctoroff, both Rosenblatts, Brendel, and Doherty all absent, and that's a lot of their production accounted for. Elias Brendel with 5 runs scored and 6 RBI through the first 2 games. Doherty with 4 runs and 4 RBI. Sawada 5 runs, 2 RBI. Doctoroff 2 runs, 3 RBI. Adam Rosenblatt just 1 run scored as he's been playing a platoon role with Noah Klein. But fair amount of the offensive depth, and not even the depth so much as a fair amount of the top hitters not in the lineup for Brookline today. So it's going to be very interesting to see who's going to step up here today. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in today. Remember, as always, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. And if there's anything you'd like to say throughout the broadcast, I encourage you to say it in either the live chat or you can send me an email, whatever is most comfortable for you. So you can see Woburn in the orange jerseys huddling up before they take the field for the top of the first inning. As of right now, I don't have the Woburn roster. Like I said, I'm going to try and pick it up off of Game Changer as I go, but until I pick up names, I'm just going to be narrating by jersey number. Starting on the mound for Woburn today is going to be number 31. And he'll be facing the top of the Brookline batting order. Chin, Bollinger, and DiPaolo. Jimmy DiPaolo has been off to an amazing start to the season, going 4 for 7 with 3 doubles, 6 runs scored, and 6 RBI. Leads the team in doubles, runs scored, and is tied with Elias Brendel for the team lead in RBI, as he's been swinging the bat very well. And fun fact, if his stats from the first 2 games of this season were counted against everyone's full season stats from last summer, he would still lead the team in doubles, as nobody on the Brookline squad had more than 2 doubles all last summer, but he had 2 against Jamaica Plain and 1 in the opener against Newton. So with the absences, he's one of the guys Brookline's going to be leaning on a lot more offensively today, as is their leadoff man. Stepping into the batter's box to start this game for Brookline, the pitcher, number 3, Devin Chin. First pitch is in the zone for strike 1. Chin, so far in this Lou Tompkins season, he's batting 2 for 2 with a double, a run scored, and 2 RBI. As he hits a bouncer there over to second base, fielded cleanly, thrown to first, and that will be out number 1. So a quick out to start. Now batting for Brookline, the second baseman, number 55, Hugh Bollinger. First pitch inside, ball 1. As you can see, Bollinger's only gotten, has not really gotten a good opportunity to put the ball in play so far. 0 for 0 with 2 walks, takes a big cut there and misses, strike 1. And it's funny because during the spring season with Brookline High, he went almost the entire season with no free passes. And so far this summer, that's all he's been getting. But as it currently stands, not high odds he would draw another free pass here with a 1-2 count. That one just missing, though. Good eye by Bollinger, ball 2. Reaches out, hits a grounder over to short, fielded cleanly, long throw, it's a little high, and beats him by a step. With the high, long throw, Bollinger almost had a chance there, but it'll go down as a 6-3 ground out. So 2 down, bases empty. Now up the third baseman, number 22, Jimmy DiPaolo. Oh, wait, no, they overturned it. I thought they signaled out. But no, Bollinger did leg out the infield single. That is my mistake. I'm sorry. DiPaolo skies 1. Shallow center, shortstop going back, and he's got the catch. Bollinger retreating back to first, slides. Barely makes it back. So Bollinger, twice this inning, has barely beaten out a throw. As the pop out from DiPaolo, this time it is the second out of the inning. Now batting, the catcher, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. Now, aside from DiPaolo, all the Brookline batters we've seen so far only got to bat in one of Brookline's first 2 games this summer. Fantuzzi very much the same, as Bollinger takes off for second, swing and a miss, strike 1. Bollinger slides in easily to steal second. You can see Fantuzzi's stats on the bottom of your screen. 0 for 1 with 2 hit by pitches, a stolen base, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. That one hits the zone, strike 2. Fantuzzi quickly down in the count, 0-2. Bollinger aggressively leading off of second. That one misses to the outside, ball 1. Runner at second, 2 down here in the top of the first, and Fantuzzi lifts one down the right field side. It's going to curve foul and out of play. Count remains 1-2. Brookline trying to get on the board first here in the top of the first. Brief time called by the ump. 1-2, the count to Fantuzzi with Hugh Bollinger standing at second. And that catches the zone for strike 3. The Woburn pitcher, number 31, off to a strong start. Allows just one infield hit and keeps Brookline off the board. Now Brookline set to go on defense as their pitcher, number 3, Devin Chin, takes to the mound. Fun fact, this is Devin Chin's first pitching appearance for the Lou Tompkins team. It's not his first pitching appearance overall, not even really his first pitching appearance this summer, as he did make a couple of pitching appearances during the 4th of July tournament. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before July 4th. So we know he can pitch. We've seen him do it. And we'll see how he handles the top of the Woburn lineup. All right, we begin the bottom of the first. Leading off for Woburn is going to be number 6. First pitch is fouled off. Strike 1. Chin takes a beat off the mound. Now resets. That one drops low, ball 1. Reaches out, fouls it off, strike 2. Number 6 chasing some of these early pitches to the outside. This one lined out to right. That's going to drop in front of the right fielder for a leadoff single. So Woburn gets a leadoff runner aboard. I can't quite see the jersey number of this batter here. I'll try and spy it as I can. It's a little tougher with lefty hitters. Chin tries a pickoff throw. It's a little wide, and it wasn't that big of a lead off the bag for number 6. But Chin does have a quicker pickoff move than your average righty thrower as a lefty pitcher. Bunt was shown but pulled back, and that's a high ball 1. Runner is taking off, pulls back the bunt. It's a strike. Throw down to second is not in time. Number 6 does get the steal. The pitch was called a strike, so it will be a 1-1 count, but number 6 moves into scoring position. That's going to be a high ball 2. And that's going to be a low ball 3. 3-1 now the count. Or is it? I'm pretty sure it's 3-1. This one fouled off. Count is now full. Or no, actually it is 2-2. So I guess I lost track, or the ump lost track. Somebody lost track. And that's going to drop low. Or no, it was 3-2. I thought, that it was 3-2. I was mistaken. That was ball 4 for the second batter. Didn't quite catch his number, but that does put runners at first and second with no outs for number 16. Runner is taking off for third, pitches a strike, throw down to third, and just barely number 6 beats it. And the other runner makes it down to second, number 18. So runners at second and third now with an 0-1 count to number 16. 16 hits a hard one, diving, snagged by Sheehan, throws to third, throw gets away, and 2 runs are going to come in on this play as another throw misses, aimed at home, and number 16, with his helmet awkwardly dangling off his head, goes all the way down to third off a pair of erroneous throws, and Woburn puts 2 on the board. So I would score that as an RBI infield single for number 16, as number 6 was going to score either way. And then off the throwing error, number 18 scores on an E6. while number 16 goes down to third on the same error. Now batting is number 38. Still no outs. A runner at third. Woburn now leading Brookline 2-0. This one fouled to the backstop, strike one. This one hit. It's grounder over to second, fielded by Bollinger. Throw to first, in time for the first out. Number 16 will trot home with Woburn's third run of the inning. But the bases are now empty with one out. Now the pitcher, number 31, at the plate as he takes high ball one. This one hit. Nice snag off one hop by DiPaolo. Throw to first. Taken off the low throw by Klein for the simple 5-3 ground out. So two down now as number 28 comes to the plate for Woburn. That one misses, ball one. That one called a strike. 1-1 the count. This one is a dribbler, chased down by Chin, juggles throw, misses, and number 28 beats out the throw to first. That one is either an infield single or an E1. I think you could make an argument for both there. That's something I'll double check on Game Changer later tonight, but for now, a runner at first with two down. Throw to first. Gets away, but not by much. So the runner just gets back easily. That one gonna miss for ball one. This one's a high hopper, chased down by DiPaolo, thrown to first, and that will be out number 3. Number 13 grounds out to end the inning. At the end of one, it is Woburn turning on the heat first on this sunny July day. At the end of one, the score, Woburn 3, Brookline 0. Due up in the top of the second for Brookline will be their 5, 6, 7 hitters, Martino, Hoffman, and Klein. Leading off for Brookline in the top of the second inning, the left fielder, number 21, Ellis Martino. First pitch from 31 skips in the dirt, ball 1. Martino, so far just one hit through the first 2 games of the summer, but a very big hit as that was that high-flying double against Newton. Big swing and a miss there, strike 1. .31 seemed to fool him on the off speed that time. Martino lifts one out to left, but number 13 right there to make the catch for out number 1. One out in the inning, now batting the center fielder, number 15, Owen Hoffman. First pitch inside, ball 1. Hoffman, like Martino, just one hit so far this Lou Tompkins season, but also has 2 walks and a hit by pitch as he swings and misses there for strike 1. Reaches out, hits a grounder over to second, fielded cleanly and thrown to first for out number 2. Number 31 with an efficient inning so far in the works. Once again, as now he faces the Brookline first baseman, number 16, Noah Klein. That one skips in the dirt, ball 1. Klein so far this summer, 3 for 3 with a walk, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBI. So while he hasn't gotten too many plate appearances as he's been operating in sort of a platoon first baseman role with Adam Rosenblatt, he's been batting well so far as he slices that one foul for strike 1. That one misses to the outside, ball 3. A 3-1 count now to Klein. And that's going to be ball 4. Klein draws his second walk of this Lou Tompkins season. Now coming up, the extra hitter, number 12, James Skeffington. First pitch high, ball 1. Skeffington has only come to the plate a couple of times so far early in this summer season, 0 for 2 with a steal and a run scored. Runner's taking off for second. It's a low throw, popped out of the glove of the catcher, number 28. And Klein steals second. So a runner in scoring position now for Brookline with 2 down in the inning as they're hoping to get a run on the board. That one is going to miss for ball 3. Early hitters count to Skeffington, 3-0. That one does catch the zone, strike 1. Prior to that strike, 6 out of the last 7 pitches thrown by 31, or rather 7 of the last 8 had missed, and now there's an 8th miss out of 10 pitches for a second consecutive walk. So 2 down, now 2 runners on, and making his first official plate appearance of the Lou Tompkins season. is the right fielder, number 42, Max Kaufman. And I was checking my stats there for a second. I missed the first pitch. And the first pitch was a ball, so it's now a 1-1 count. Kaufman did get a chance to bat during the 4th of July tournament, but he hasn't had a chance to come to the plate here in the Lou Tompkins season, now here in his first plate appearance of the season, facing a 2-1 count. Kaufman lifts one out to center, but well tracked out there in center field. And a can of corn for number 18 out there, and that will end the top of the second inning. So again, Brookline able to get a runner into scoring position, but again, unable to score. We move to the bottom of the second with Woburn still in the lead, 3-0. So Devin Chin back on the mound after a bit of a shaky first inning. I mean, didn't give up any big blasts, but some good aggressive base running from Woburn helped them get some runs on the board as they've jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Leading off for Woburn now is number 25. Chin was able to bounce back nicely after giving up 2 singles and a walk to start the bottom of the first. Induced 4 consecutive infield ground balls, as this one is also going to stay in the infield, but it's also going to stay foul for strike 1. And 3 of those 4 infield grounders that Chin induced in the bottom of the first resulted in outs. One was either an infield single or an error, depending on how you score it. That one hits the zone, strike 2. Chin in the lead in the count to start this at bat against number 25, 0-2 the count. This one fouled to the backstop, 25 stays alive. Despite a bit of a wind kicking up, blowing towards home plate, which means blowing some infield dust into the face of the batter. And that one got away from Chin. Low ball 1. No runners on the base path, so you can afford a bad pitch like that. This one hard hit, but off the glove of Bollinger. And 25 is going to reach on what I assume will be scored as an E4. rough start to the inning for Brookline, now batting the third baseman, number 39. That one hits the zone, strike one. You know, it's so funny. Usually, when it comes to baseball, non-first baseman infielders are wanted to not be necessarily very tall, as this is a grounder taken by Bollinger, flipped to Sheehan, on to first, and that'll be a 4-6-3 double play. Well, forget the point I was making, as Brookline shuts down any conversation of the previous batter with a nice, well-executed double play. Just like that, bases empty, 2 outs. So after a ball gets away from the infield, they get to redeem themselves with a nice, well-executed double play ball there. Now number 3 lifts a pop-up, caught by Sheehan, and that will be out number 3. That was Woburn's number 3, the second baseman, who was batting. So now we move to the top of the third. At the end of 2, it is still a 3-0 lead for Woburn. Brookline will be sending their 10-1-2 hitters to the plate, Cody, Chin, and Bollinger. Number 31 back on the hill. He's been working very efficiently through the first couple of innings, or, well, he always starts the inning out very efficiently, at the very least. Brookline started to work some counts against him as he briefly lost control late in the top of the second, giving up back-to-back walks. But aside from the 3 walks, the 2 walks and the 1 infield single by Bollinger, aside from that, Brookline hasn't been able to do anything so far against this pitcher. Leading off for Brookline here in the top of the third, the designated hitter, number 2, Ben Cody. Cody takes ball 1 there. Cody so far this summer 0 for 1 with a walk and an RBI, as he takes strike 1 there. That one bounces in the dirt, ball 2. That one is going to miss outside, ball 3. Hitters count Cody here at 3-1. Cody hits a hopper over to short, and number 6 couldn't collect it, was charging aggressively to make the play on the slow bouncing ball and boots it, and Cody reaches on the E6. We cycle around now to the top of the order with the pitcher, number 3, Devin Chin. First pitch shows bunt, lays it down up the third base line. If that stays fair, oh, it rolls foul. Played it just a little too close to the line there, and all it takes is for it to hop off, one little rock or grain of dirt the wrong way, and that turns into a foul ball. I like the idea. Chin has got the speed to leg out a bunt single, and even if he doesn't, you move Cody into scoring position. So I like the strategy, but it'll be harder to catch Woburn off guard after showing them that once. And they're not going to go for it again as Chin fouls off the swing there. Now down 0-2, definitely not bunting now with 2 strikes against him. Last time up, he grounded out to second. Takes a high ball 1 there. And Chin lifts that one out to right center. That's going to drop in. Cody holds at second. Clean single there for Devin Chin. Chin read that off-speed pitch perfectly. Delayed swing. Drops it in the outfield perfectly. And now Brookline with 2 base runners aboard with nobody out. This is by far the best start to an inning they've had so far today. Now batting the second baseman, number 55, Hugh Bollinger. Shows bunt, lays it down right in front of the pitcher. 31 picks it up, throws to first. That will be out number 1, but Bollinger does his job with the sac bunt. And now 2 runners in scoring position. All Brookline needs is a base hit to the outfield, and they can cut Woburn's lead down to just 1. Now batting the third baseman, number 22, Jimmy DiPaolo. First pitch in there, strike 1. DiPaolo tied for the team lead in RBI so far this season, with Elias Brendel, who is not here today, and he hits a hard bouncer up the middle. That's going to bring in 2. Cody and Chin both score easily. It's a 2-run single for Jimmy DiPaolo as his torrid start to the summer keeps rolling on. The pulled-in infield backfires on Woburn as that one bounces through the middle. You know, one of the middle infielders might have had a slim chance at least blocking the ball, maybe not getting DiPaolo out, but maybe holding them to 1 run, potentially. But that one bounces past them up the gap for 2 runs, and they call a balk. DiPaolo gets to move down to second on the rare balk call. And so the tying run now in scoring position for Brookline. The pitch does not count, so starting fresh here, the Brookline catcher, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. Fantuzzi hits a hopper, and that's going to go foul up the third base line. Last time up, Fantuzzi went down on strikes to end the first inning. That one going to miss to the outside, ball 1. That one comes in high, ball 2. Fantuzzi skies this one. Playable by the infield. Shortstop calls it and makes the catch for out number 2. Two down, tying run still in scoring position for Brookline. Now coming up the left fielder, number 21, Ellis Martino. Martino flew out to left his last time up. We've got a couple of raindrops falling out here. Oh, that's fun. Martino lifts one out to right. Right fielder under it has the catch for out number 3. So a one pitch out to end the top of the third, but Brookline able to get a couple runs on the board. We move to the bottom of the third. It's a one-run ball game. Woburn leads 3-2. And unless Woburn has any more extra hitters, we should be seeing the top of the Woburn order coming back up here in this inning, 6, 18, and 16. There are some clouds over us out here in Woburn, and a couple of raindrops have fallen, but it's just a couple of, just like, 2 or 3 drops. So hopefully that doesn't escalate into anything worse. As I always say, as the guy with all the electrical equipment, rain is the last thing I want. But wouldn't that be just like New England? A hot 90-degree day, and then on top of that, they throw some rain at us just to make things more humid and muggy out here. Looks like we've got a defensive substitution for Brookline. James Skeffington taking over at second base for Hugh Bollinger. Maybe they want Bollinger available in the bullpen to potentially take over for Chin on the mound if need be. Leading off for Woburn is the shortstop, number 6, as he takes a low ball 1. Number 6, his last time up, got a single, stole second, stole third, and then came in to score the game's first run. That pitch is going to miss for ball 2. We've got some names now to go with Woburn as I've been texted the lineup. That's a hard liner into center. Another leadoff single for the shortstop, number 6, Lush. Now batting is the center fielder, number 18, Mack. And this one's a grounder over to short, fielded by Sheehan, flipped Skeffington onto first. The 6-4-3 double play is complete. Second double play of the day for the Brookline middle infielders. And just like that, 2 down. Boy, it felt like Sheehan scooped up a pound of infield dirt with that ball, and yet it did not interfere with him getting that ball to second in the slightest. Now batting is the first baseman, number 16, Lee, as he lifts one out to left, and that one's going to drop in front of Martino for a 2-out single. Now batting is the right fielder, number 38, M. Hughes. First pitch in there, strike 1. And I say M. Hughes because there's a couple guys with the last name Hughes on the Woburn roster today. I'll be able to read out the full thing after this inning is complete. It's a bouncer over to short, deep, snagged by Sheehan, not going to chance the throw as Hughes is going to leg out an infield single. Now batting is the pitcher, number 31, Dooley. Chin steps off the rubber briefly. That one comes in high, ball 1. Dooley grounded out to third, his last time up. As it takes a low ball 2. Woburn hoping to add to their lead here with runners at first and second. Brookline hoping to get out of the jam and keep things close with 2 down here in the inning. That one hits the zone, strike 1, 2-1 the count. Fantuzzi looked like he thought about throwing a pickoff throw, but opted against it. This one is a pop fly, shallow center, chased down by Sheehan for out number 3. We are through 3 here in Woburn. Our score at the end of 3, Woburn 3, Brookline 2. For Brookline, it will be their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up, Hoffman, Klein, and Skeffington. All right, so here is the lineup for Woburn that I wasn't able to fully read out before. Leading off for Woburn is the shortstop, number 6, Lush. Batting second, the center fielder, number 18, Mack. Batting third, the first baseman, number 16, Lee. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, number 38, M. Hughes. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 31, Dooley. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 28, Pratt. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 13, Roderick. Batting eighth, the extra hitter, number 25, L. Hughes. Batting ninth, the third baseman, number 39, Sigsbury. And batting 10th, the second baseman, number 3, Carter. So there is your full Woburn lineup as we now start the top of the 4th. Dooley back on the mound for Woburn. First pitch skips in the dirt, ball 1. At the plate leading off for Brookline is the center fielder, number 15, Owen Hoffman. Hoffman grounded out to second his last time up. This time he skies it. And a shallow right fielder coming in. And he's got it for out number 1. Now batting, the first baseman, number 16, Noah Klein. Klein drew a walk his last time up, got stranded at second as he takes that one low for ball 1. That one misses, ball 2. That one low, ball 3. Hitters count here to Klein at 3-0. Probably just going to take this pitch. And it's going to miss outside. A 4-pitch walk to Noah Klein, his second walk of the day, third of this Lou Tompkins season so far. And through his first 6 plate appearances this summer, Noah Klein has yet to get out. 3 hits, 3 walks to start. That pitch going to miss, as at the plate now the second baseman, number 12, James Skeffington. Skeffington also walked his last time up. And that one's going to miss. Attempted pickoff throw by Pratt, but Klein gets back easily. Dooley just having trouble finding the zone against these 2 batters specifically. Klein takes off for second. Skeffington lifts one out to right. It's chased down and right by Hughes, and Klein has to dive back to the bag as the attempted hit and run there almost backfires horribly. So it'll be 2 down, runner still stuck at first. Now coming to the plate, the right fielder, number 42, Max Kaufman. Dooley throws back to check on Klein at first. That's going to be a low, ball 1. Kaufman, his last time up, he flew out to center to end the second inning, as that one I think was inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Kaufman lifts this one to left and right at the left fielder for out number 3. That's one of those where you just have to say good contact, bad placement. But it's an out either way. We move to the bottom of the 4th now. The score is still 3-2 in favor of Woburn. Chen back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. Due up for Woburn will be their 6, 7, 8 hitters. Pratt, Roderick, and L. Hughes. Leading off here in the bottom of the 4th, the catcher, number 28, Pratt. Some more small raindrops being spat at us here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss there, strike 1. Important to note that if we get through 4 innings here, then even if we get some kind of torrential downpour or thunderstorm or something, they will still be able to call the game official as long as they get through, at least over 50% of it, which is, 4 out of 7, over 50%. And heck, with Woburn having the lead and being the home team, they might say that 3.5 innings is substantial enough if somehow we get hit with a torrential downpour here in this half inning. 1-2 is the count to Pratt right now to start off the bottom of the 4th. That one's going to miss, ball 2. Gets a piece of that one, stays alive at 2-2. And that one skips low for ball 3. And that one's going to miss, and Pratt battles his way to a walk. Now coming up, the left fielder, number 13, Roderick. Roderick, his last time up, grounded out to third to end the bottom of the 1st inning. That one low, ball 1. That one gonna miss, ball 2. That one's sliced foul, strike 1. Two and one the count, runner at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Pick-off throw. Pratt gets back. That pitch gonna miss, ball 3. 3-1 the count to Roderick. And that's going to be a high ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Devin Shin. And he's got to be careful, and this actually might just be the end of the day for him. Head coach John Busey coming out to talk to him. Looks like he's subbing Hugh Bollinger into left field, actually, as he's bringing in Ellis Martino, probably to start warming up in the bullpen. Chin has got to keep throwing strikes if he wants to stay in this ball game. It can be so easy to lose control of your stuff, especially at this level of competition. Now batting is the extra hitter, number 25, L. Hughes. Shows bunt, pulls back, it's a ball, and they caught Pratt dancing off the bag but cannot get him as he retreats back to second. Shows bunt, pops a bunt, and it rolls foul. Woburn trying to move both runners into scoring position. Take advantage of having two runners on with nobody out. More raindrops spitting out here at Woburn. And this time he chops one high in the infield as the runners retreat, and Apollo grabs it for out number one. So Brookline gets the first out of the inning without allowing the runners to advance. Now coming up, the third baseman, number 39, Sigsbury. Chin turns around, checks on Pratt. Does not throw. Sigsbury, a hard grounder off the body of Chin, picks it up, flips to third, and just barely gets him in time for the fielder's choice. Fast reaction by Devin Chin as he is walking off that play in pain, as that was a hard bouncing comebacker. And it looks like Chin is going to come out of the game. At least he's done as the pitcher. They were already warming up a reliever to potentially take over for him, but boy, you don't want him to come out for an injury reason. Taking over on the mound is going to be number 21, Ellis Martino. This is going to be my first time getting to see Martino pitch, so this is going to be interesting. First and second, two down after a couple of big outgets by Chin, especially hustling on that hard comebacker to just barely get the fielder's choice at third on a play that clearly hurt. So a high-pressure situation that Ellis Martino is coming into here in the bottom of the fourth of a one-run ball game. 2 outs, 2 runners on. We've got a pinch hitter stepping in for Carter, number 34. First pitch gets away. Both runners advance. Roderick now 90 feet away from scoring a potential insurance run for Woburn. And Sigsbury also in scoring position as he moves to second on the same pitch. That one hits the zone, strike one. That one is going to be a high ball too. This is what's so tough about being a reliever. You can't afford to make as many mistakes at the start as a starter potentially can. Coming in a tight situation like this, that one hits the zone, strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, but only 1 run separates these two teams here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That one comes in low, well blocked by Fantuzzi to prevent another wild pitch, but it will be a full count. Hits a grounder over to second. Skeffington fields it, throws to first, and they get out number 3. Well, Brookline breathes a sigh of relief for the moment, but they've still got work to do. At the end of 4, the score, Woburn 3, Brookline 2. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do in terms of Chin's spot in the batting order, as I'm not sure if he's going to be coming back in. We'll see who comes up after Ben Cody, who will be leading off. Dooley back on the mound for his 5th inning of work. As the starter, he has completed 4 innings, so even if he were to come out of this game without getting another out, as long as his team holds the lead the rest of the way, he does qualify for the pitcher's win. But still got a few innings to finish first. Got a couple defensive substitutions for Woburn. Looks like number 38, M. Hughes, taking Carter's spot at second base. I think someone took over for him in right field an inning ago, though I'm not sure who. Leading off for Brookline here, the designated hitter, number 2, Ben Cody. Cody takes strike 1. Cody, his last time up, he reached on an E6, and then later came in to score Brookline's first of 2 runs back in the 3rd inning, as he takes high ball 1 there. Cody hoping he can kickstart another rally here in the 5th. That one catches the low corner, strike 2. This one fouled off, and Cody stays alive at 1-2. And Cody lifts one. Oh, what a jumping catch by Lush. Cody gets absolutely robbed by A great web gem from the Woburn shortstop. And now batting in place of Chin is going to be number 14, Max Johnson. That pitch going to miss, ball one. Johnson making his first plate appearance of this season. Chase that one low, strike one. One of the Brookline boys' teammates in the live chat, Keenan Sawada, watching from his traveling vacation, saying, "Come on, boys, slow roller to third, picked up by Sigsbury. Throw is going to beat Johnson to the bag for out number two." Two quick outs here. Certainly not how Brookline was hoping this inning would start out, as they are trying to find that third run to tie this ball game. Now batting the left fielder, number 55, Hugh Bollinger. Hard one, taken off one hop, but juggled by Lush. Picks it back up, throws to first, and beats him there. Almost reached on an E6 there, as it was briefly juggled by Lush, but he recovers quickly and gets a throw there to beat Bollinger to first, and Brookline goes down in order. We move to the bottom of the fifth with Woburn still on top, 3-2. So an earlier note in the live chat I neglected to mention earlier from one of our baseball grandmas, Barbara Jo Metzger, saying go Brookline from Grandma in Buffalo, New York. Missing Keenan, though, although he is here watching as he cheered on his teammates in the live chat there. Wasn't enough to kickstart something there in the fifth, but Brookline still got 2 innings left to try and make something happen, or, you know, until the sun sets or until it rains too hard. But assuming no other conditions get in the way, Brookline has 2 more innings to try and get that run back. Martino back on the mound after taking over at the tail end of that 4th inning in place of an injured Devin Chin. It'll be the top of the order coming up for Woburn, Lush, Mack, and Lee. Excuse me. Leading off for Woburn is the shortstop, number 6, Ryan Lush. 2 for 2 so far today with a pair of singles, but this time hits a grounder well fielded by Klein for out number 1. Boy, that grounder had E3 written all over it, but Klein refused to let it go past him. One of those weird grounders that starts out slow and then, after catching some angle off the dirt, goes low and fast after starting out high and slow. But Klein reacts well to get the first out. Now batting the center fielder, number 18, Mack. This one's sliced foul and out of play. Mack behind in the count early, 0-2. That one comes in high, ball 1. That one drops too low, ball 2. Martino trying to get Mac to chase with some breaking balls, but he hasn't bit on the high one that didn't break much, and he didn't bite on the low one that broke a lot. And this one, he slices its pop-up, and sliding catch made by Bollinger. My goodness, we've had all kinds of web gems today from both teams. I want to check out the replay on that one if I can. He decided to go fastball after a couple breaking balls. It's a shallow pop-up, and you can see Bollinger just come in out of nowhere. I thought DePaulo was backing up too slow to get it. I didn't think it was within Bollinger's range, but I'm the one with egg on my face after he makes a very nice play there. First pitch to Lee is going to be low for ball 1, 2 down. Base is empty here in the bottom of the 5th after a couple of nice defensive plays by the Brookline fielders. That's going to be a high ball 2. That one fouled off the face mask. Strike 1. Lee so far today, he got that RBI single back in the 1st that actually brought in 2 runs thanks to a throwing error. Got another single back in the bottom of the 3rd, so 2 for 2 so far today with a run scored and an RBI, as he scored Woburn's 3rd run of that 1st inning on an RBI groundout. That one's going to miss for ball 3. So 3-1, the count to Lee. That's going to be a low ball 4. So Lee gets the 2-out walk, reaches base safely for the 3rd straight time today. Now coming up, the second baseman, number 38, M. Hughes. First pitch going to miss, ball 1. Hughes got a single back in the bottom of the 3rd. An infield single, I believe, and got that RBI ground out back in the bottom of the 1st. Lee taking off for 2nd, but the pitch is fouled off, strike 1. Another note in the live chat from Adam Doctoroff saying, "Go Brookline from the Doctoroffs, but no Ben." As Martino takes a step off the mound. 1-1, the count to Hughes. 2 down, runner at 1st here in the bottom of the 5th. That one hits the zone for strike 2. Fantuzzi sprang up to his feet to prepare for a potential throw, but not needed. Martino takes another break off the mound. See, these are the moments in baseball that that really build the tension. Pick-off throw, looks like it's 2 strikes, 2 outs, and it's still a 1-run ball game as we're getting later and later into the game. Every moment that the pitch isn't thrown is just like, ugh. This one fouled off. Hughes stays alive at 1-2. Runner's taking off, swing and a miss, strike 3, throw down to second, doesn't matter because that was the 3rd out. Martino takes care of business in his first full inning out of the bullpen. But Brookline still trails at the end of 5, Woburn 3, Brookline 2. During this break between the 5th and 6th inning, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The food pantry has been serving an average of 650 households each week and is always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monetary donations can be made online at the food pantry's website, brooklinefoodpantry.org. Go online or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help the Brookline Food Pantry to help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And you can find all that information about the Brookline Food Pantry down in the description section down below. Dooley back on the mound for a 6th inning of work as he's been pitching well. Outside of the 3rd inning, he's been shutting down the Brookline bats as he prepares to face the heart of the order, batters 3, 4, and 5, starting with the 3rd baseman, number 22, Jimmy DiPaolo. First pitch, skies it, and that's going to be in the air long enough for a flyout, as it's a can of corn for Mack out in center field for out number 1. Now batting the catcher, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. Fantuzzi 0 for 2 so far today, a strikeout and a pop out short. First pitch, skies it, foul and out of play, strike 1. So Fantuzzi still searching for his first hit of this Lou Tompkins season. That one gonna miss just high, ball 1. Fantuzzi skies one deep to left. Left fielder going back, and he's under it for out number 2. Boy, it looks like Fantuzzi got a lot of that one, but it was deep, but a little too high. Gave enough time for Roderick to go back and get it. So 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Now up comes the pitcher, number 21, Ellis Martino. Martino hits the first pitch and it skips. Bad hop goes over Sigsbury at 3rd. And Martino is going to reach on the E5. Boy, I mean, that'll be scored as an error, but it's tough to hold that against Sigsbury, as that was just one of those weird hops that you have to deal with sometimes on a grass field with the uneven surface. You know, with lightning quick reflexes, maybe he could have got it, but it would have been an impressive play if he did get it. And Brookline is sending out a pinch runner. They're sending out Devin Chin to run in place of Martino. Chin, who was the starting pitcher originally, but was taken out of the game, is now being brought in. My guess is he's being brought in as the one-time pinch runner you're allowed, where you're allowed to sub in a pinch runner and then sub the guy back out after he's done running. Trying to get some speed on the base paths for a potential tying run here on the top of the 6th. First pitch is in there, strike one. At the plate is the center fielder, number 15, Owen Hoffman. Hoffman 0 for 2 so far today, with a ground out to second and a fly out to right as Dooley quickly checks on Chin. He gets back to first. They know Chin is fast and a threat to potentially steal and move into scoring position. They're not even letting him take more than 2 steps off of first base before they throw back to check on him. Chin takes off, pitches, catching the low corner for strike 2. Chin steals second. Chin does get the steal and does move into scoring position, but he still needs Hoffman to knock him in. And Hoffman's got his back to the wall with an 0-2 count and 2 down here on the top of the 6th. Hoffman delayed swing, pops it up in foul territory, out of reach. Lee gave chase after that one, but could not catch up to it, as Hoffman stays alive off the defensive swing. A hit to the outfield could tie the game, but just one strike would end the inning. And that's low for ball 1. Well covered by Pratt behind the plate. If that had gotten past him, Chin was going to third. 1-2, the count to Hoffman. Oh, catches the high corner, strike 3. So once again, Brookline threatens but cannot score as Dooley continues to put on a strong pitching effort for Woburn here today. We move to the bottom of the 6th. The score is still Woburn 3, Brookline 2. It's going to be the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for Woburn, Dooley, Pratt, and Roderick. as Martino returns to the mound, putting in a strong relief effort so far in his first pitching outing for this Lou Tompkins team. First pitch to Dooley is a high ball 1. This one's hit through the gap into left. Leadoff single for Dooley. Now batting the catcher, number 28, Pratt. Shows bunt, but misses. Strike 1. Brookline trying to keep Woburn from adding to their lead, still keep it manageable, as they're going to have one more chance. Barring some kind of weather event, they'll have one last chance to try and tie this game. But first, they have to keep Woburn from extending the lead. And that one gets away from Fantuzzi, and the wild pitch moves Dooley to second. So a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. This one hard hit up the middle into the outfield, picked up by Hoffman, and he's able to field it swiftly enough. Oh, but the throw missed home, and so Pratt is going to move down to second on the throw, but Dooley does hold at third. You always got to know where you're supposed to be as a cutoff man and everything. As I think people just kind of lost track of where Hoffman's throw was going or whether or not he was throwing. And as a result, 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. Now batting the left fielder, number 13, Roderick. First pitch going to miss high, ball 1. It'd take an astounding defensive effort to keep Woburn from scoring at least 1 run this inning with 2 in scoring position and nobody out. And that's going to be a high ball 2. Roderick, his last time up, drew a walk in the bottom of the 4th. Before that, grounded out to third to end the first inning. That hits the zone for strike 1. 2-1 the count. All the infielders up on the grass, hoping for a chance to make a play at home on a grounder. Swing and a miss there, strike 2. That's going to be a high ball 3. So a full count, no outs, runners at second and third in a 1-run ball game. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout get for Martino for the first out. One down. Still 2 runners in scoring position. Infield still pulled in. Now up the extra hitter, number 25, L. Hughes. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Foul tips that one, strike 2. Martino ahead in the count at 0-2. That one skips in the dirt, but well covered by Fantuzzi. 1-2 the count. Anything that gets past Fantuzzi is going to bring in a run for Woburn. Just low, ball 2. 2-2 the count. 1 down, runners at second and third. Makes contact but foul up the first base line. Count remains 2-2. Martino trying to move one step closer to escaping the jam. L. Hughes trying to move his team one step closer to a win by possibly bringing in an insurance run. 2-2 the count. Almost hits him. It'll be ball 3. Another full count. Makes contact, fielded at second, and they're just going to let the run score and get the out at first. So Hughes does his job, drives in Dooley, and I would actually say that was a smart play by Skeffington to not go home. I mean, unless you field a really fast grounder that comes at you quick enough and that you field cleanly enough that you can make a quick transfer on the throw, then it's not a good idea to go home when there's not a force. Because like you could see, it took kind of a weird high hop, and while Skeffington fielded it, he didn't field it cleanly. Wasn't going to be a quick transfer from glove to throwing hand. And so he probably wouldn't have made the play at home. Smart to go to first there. That said, the RBI ground out by Hughes does bring in a run. Woburn now up 4-2. With 2 down now, up is the third baseman, number 39, Sigsbury. He hits a hard one. Caught by Skeffington. It really is just one web gem after another today. Let's take a look at that one again. Huge play to rob Woburn not just of another hit, but to rob them of another insurance run. Great stretch on the jumping catch by James Skeffington. And he is now going to be part of Brookline's last-ditch offensive efforts here in the top of the 7th. Woburn was able to get an insurance run in a game where runs have been few and far between. And for Brookline, it's going to be their 7, 8, 9 hitters due up. So the bottom of the batting order is going to have to be the ones to get something done. Klein, Skeffington, and Kaufman due up here in the top of the 7th. As Woburn brings in Dooley, fresh off scoring the insurance run to try and finish the complete game win here. You know, regardless of who wins today, you got to give a lot of credit to both defenses. I mean, first off, all three pitchers we've seen today have put in strong outings. You know, Dooley, the star of the show for sure so far. But Chin and Martino both put in solid efforts for Brookline on the mound. And then the Webb gems up and down the board. Jumping catches, double plays, sliding catches, everything all over the map to keep this as low scoring as it has been. Leading off for Brookline here on the top of the 7th is the first baseman, number 16, Noah Klein, as he takes ball 1 to the outside. Hits a grounder up the first base side, and it's picked up by Lee for out number 1. Well, that's going to be Klein's lone at bat today, unless we go into extra innings, as he walked his first 2 times up, so he's going to end the day 0 for 1. Now coming up, second baseman, number 12, James Skeffington. Skeffington hits a hard bouncer. That's not fielded by Lush. And that's going to go for what I would score as a 1-out single. Yes, it bounced off Lush's glove, but that, I wouldn't call that a routine playable ball. I would call that a hit. So the tying run is at the plate in this situation as Brookline trails by 2. Now batting is the right fielder, number 42, Max Kaufman. Tips that one off the face mask, strike 1. Kaufman so far today, he's flown out to center and flown out to left. So he's gotten lift on the ball, but just a little too much lift and sometimes just to the wrong spot. He got good contact his last time up, but it was right at Roderick in left field. Kaufman fouls that one off, strike 2. Gotten a piece of both pitches, but not enough. 0-2 the count. That one skips in the dirt. And a throw back to first, and just barely Skeffington slides back safe. Skeffington was thinking about second base as that one came in around Kaufman's feet, but it was snagged well by Pratt, and Skeffington retreated back to first, almost picked off, but just barely gets back in time. One and two the count. That one low, ball 2. And another one sliced by Kaufman. He stays alive at 2-2. And Kaufman hits one, snagged by Lush this time, tags second, throw to first, and that is your ball game. One last web gem to finish the job by Lush at short. And Woburn takes it. Final score, Woburn 4, Brookline 2. Brookline with a solid defensive outing with a number of fielding highlights, but missing a number of their top offensive guys. They weren't able to generate much in the way of scoring. Their only runs coming off a 2-run single by Jimmy DiPaolo in the 3rd inning, as Woburn gets just enough on the board to overtake them. Brookline suffers its first loss of the season, falls to 3-1, while Woburn improves to 4-1. And that's going to do it for this ball game. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams covering this Brookline 18U team. They'll be back in action on Thursday, as well as plenty more games in the weeks to come. Be sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribing to the channel can help. And thank you to all those who brought the good vibes in the live chat today. Remember, if there's anything you'd like to say after this live stream's concluded, you can say it in the comments section down below. Also go down below to the description section of the video, where you can find the link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, Brookline Food Pantry. And you can also find some information about me, some links related to me that you can also see on the bottom right corner of your screen, my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Also, you can find my email if you just want to contact me directly with any questions or requests you may have. And you can also find the link to my Instagram account. Follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. Woburn 4, Brookline 2. From Woburn Memorial High School in Woburn, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.